Story 1. Childhood experience with hurricane in Puerto Rico and Florida. Growing up in Puerto Rico, hurricanes were an inevitable part of life. Situated in the heart of the Caribbean, the island's geographical location made it a prime target for these formidable storms. From an early age, I became accustomed to the ritual of hurricane preparation, a necessary task that often tested our resilience and fortitude. At the tender age of 5, I experienced one of the most significant hurricanes to hit our area directly. The days leading up to the storm were fraught with tension as the looming threat cast a shadow over our island home. My family and I sprang into action, boarding up windows, gathering supplies, and fortifying our home against the impending onslaught of wind and rain. As the storm drew closer, the atmosphere became charged with fear and uncertainty. Despite my young age, I could sense the palpable anxiety gripping the adults around me, which only served to heighten my own apprehension. The night the hurricane made landfall was a harrowing ordeal, with the relentless howling winds and pounding rain keeping me wide awake, seeking solace under layers of blankets. The ferocity of the storm was a sight to behold as debris battered our house and water seeped in through a shattered window, leaving an indelible mark on my memory. Amidst the chaos and destruction, there was a surreal moment of calmness when the eye of the hurricane passed over us, offering a fleeting respite before the storm's fury was unleashed once more. Despite the damage inflicted upon our home and the trauma endured, we emerged from the hurricane battered but resilient. It was a defining moment in my childhood, instilling in me a profound appreciation for the power of nature and the importance of preparedness in the face of adversity. From that experience, I learned valuable lessons in resilience, adaptability, and the unwavering strength of the human spirit. Story 2. Unusual hurricane party with friends. As Hurricane Ian loomed on the horizon, instead of succumbing to fear, I embraced a sense of adventure and decided to host a hurricane party with friends. Eager to defy the storm's impending fury, we gathered at my apartment, brimming with anticipation and a shared determination to weather the tempest together. Despite the looming threat, there was an undeniable buzz of excitement and camaraderie as we prepared for the night ahead. Enter Ashton, our enigmatic friend with a penchant for the arcane and esoteric. With a mischievous glint in his eye, he proposed infusing our hurricane gathering with a touch of magic, a ceremonial ritual to harness the storm's energy. Though initially hesitant, I couldn't resist the allure of the unknown, agreeing to indulge in this unconventional activity, curious about its potential effects. As the winds howled outside and rain lashed against the windows, we gathered in a circle, surrounded by flickering candles and an array of mystical artifacts. Under Ashton's guidance, we embarked on the ritual, chanting incantations and invoking ancient powers amidst the storm's tumultuous backdrop. However, what began as a lighthearted diversion soon took a darker turn. The atmosphere within the room grew charged with an eerie energy, suffused with a palpable sense of foreboding. As the intensity of the storm outside mirrored the escalating tension within, I found myself overwhelmed by a creeping sense of unease. The combination of the storm's ferocity and the esoteric ritual began to take its toll on me, leaving me feeling disoriented and nauseous. Struggling to maintain my composure amidst the surreal experience unfolding around me, I became acutely aware of the depth of my friend's involvement in the ceremony. As the situation spiraled out of control, I was faced with a stark realization of the betrayal lurking beneath the facade of camaraderie. Summoning the last vestiges of resolve, I intervened, putting an abrupt end to the ritual and confronting the unsettling truth of my friend's intentions. In the aftermath of the storm, I grappled with feelings of disillusionment and betrayal, learning a sobering lesson about the dangers of dabbling in forces beyond our comprehension. Story 3. Homeless experience during a hurricane. As the threat of a looming hurricane hung heavy in the air, the reality of my homelessness magnified the challenges and fears I faced. With no stable shelter or support system to rely on, the impending storm cast a shadow of uncertainty and apprehension over my already precarious existence. Desperate for refuge, I sought solace in overcrowded shelters, only to be met with the disheartening sight of them bursting at the seams with fellow displaced individuals seeking sanctuary from the storm's wrath. Left with no choice but to venture back out into the unforgiving elements, I braced myself for the ordeal ahead. Navigating the rain-soaked streets, I weighed the risks of seeking shelter in various makeshift locations. From the relative shelter of underpasses to the seclusion of alleyways, I scoured the urban landscape in search of any semblance of safety amidst the chaos. Amidst the torrential downpour and howling winds, I encountered another homeless individual, their face a mirror of vulnerability and desperation. Despite our shared predicament, tension simmered beneath the surface as the harsh reality of survival in extreme circumstances reared its ugly head. As the storm raged on, exacerbating our already dire circumstances, a confrontation ensued, fueled by fear, desperation, and the primal instinct for self-preservation. In the midst of chaos and uncertainty, the harsh realities of life on the streets were laid bare, underscoring the brutal struggle for survival in the face of overwhelming adversity. Throughout the harrowing ordeal, I grappled with a profound sense of isolation, fear, and vulnerability, compounded by the uncertainty of what awaited me in the storm's aftermath. Yet amidst the darkness, a flicker of resilience burned bright within me, driving me to cling to hope and determination in the face of insurmountable odds. As the storm eventually subsided and the clouds parted, I emerged battered but unbowed, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul. Though the road ahead remained uncertain, I carried with me a newfound sense of strength and resilience, forged in the crucible of adversity, ready to face whatever challenges lay in wait on the journey.